Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of reacting here. I am with my father and I'm going to be showing him a band that I have adored since I was a kid. This band, I'm sure you've heard of Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Been very popular international band from the United Kingdom.
Yes.
And this is a song called Flight of the Icarus.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming that you can kind of understand where the song is going. I believe it's Greek mythology.
It is, yes.
This band, I haven't really picked a particular song. I just picked this one just because it's a first song that I thought of when thinking of this band. And according to me, all of their songs are gold. I mean, or most of all their songs are gold. And so, I'm curious to see what you think of not just this song, but the style of the song. This style is pretty much a copy and paste style that they use for almost all their songs, and they have probably about 40 records out. And so 40 records with an average of 10, 12 songs record, you got quite a bit of songs.
True.
So let us just jump right into this and then we'll see what your thoughts are.
All right.
First impressions.
Oh, I like it. I think I've heard this before.
Oh.
It's very high energy, very upbeat. I could totally see driving or working out or jogging to this music.
I've never seen this video, and I'm
Oh,
absolutely fascinated with the retro feel of this video. And it makes it seem like a classic. Because whenever I listen to this band, I generally don't think of them as being a product of the 70s or the 80s. I think of them as being, this is on my headphones now, and I'm listening to it now, and this applies now, and this was written now.
Well, I think all great artists strive for that. They want to be relevant to each different generation.
I really like the colors, and just it makes it feel like almost like a Max Headroom, like
Oh.
of the 80s. Like, it feels very authentically old, and I'm really into that. I was kind of imagining that this would be maybe more a cartoon, I guess, would be the safe way to make music videos back then. I'm not really sure if I have any examples that I can even think of cutting back to that, or if that's just something that my mind is just replacing for the 80s and just kind of that idea of synthesizing images. And
Well, this appears just to be cuts of recording sessions and
yeah,
a little bit of animation or CGI.
yeah, like I was expecting more of, like, you know, when he was talking about his eyes are ablaze and it shows like a hooded character with eyes, and I was expecting more of that, but then there's just like, it shows like from the point of view of the eagle and just maybe seeing the infrared spectrum or something. Kind of cool. I really dig it.
Okay.
Now the crowd breaks and a young boy appears, looks the old man in the eye as he spreads his wings and shouts at the crowd.
I was saying that there's a copy and paste formula that they have as a band, and it generally goes something like intro, verse, chorus, verse, bridge, solo, verse.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's one of the biggest criticisms of the band, I think, is that they don't really do much different than what is portrayed in this song. It's actually one of the things that I really appreciated about them is that I really like this sound. It's something that like I can listen to as an album straight, the whole hour it lasts. And when it starts replaying on loop, I'm not even bothered by it at all because I'm already aware that it's the same thing over and over. But it's the amount of talent that this band puts together, whether it's the vocals, the guy hitting this bass, those drums, the madness that's going on in that guitar. It's all very talented, and I see it all coming together very, very smoothly. It's I'm not sure if it's an understanding of like maybe proper music theory, or just if these guys grew up together and this is the culmination of an entire lifetime of musical practice. But this is one of those, like, if this didn't happen, I'm not really sure what this would have been replaced by as far as being my personal favorite band.
Well, I like this one for a couple of reasons. First off, I like the visuals, the old hair, old clothes, vintage equipment, the guy with the piece of cloth over the microphone rather than a more modern setup. The second thing is I disagree with you in that when I go to a concert or listen to an artist favorite of mine, I want to hear 80% of the old stuff that I like and only 20% of the new stuff. But I've heard this before. I certainly could listen to it, like you said, through the whole album. I never considered somebody put together a montage, or I wouldn't call this a music video. I would call it more of a montage.
I wonder if this is just because it says it was posted about 4 years ago. So I wonder if it is just crafted together and put up just for.
But it doesn't.
Occupation of the internet space.
It doesn't take away from the music, so I appreciate that.
I think what I was saying about all like the similarity of the songs is not necessarily that they have maybe songs that they would play at a concert that would be completely new to me. It would be that there's a specific formula. Like if you're thinking of Iron Maiden, like it's almost like for example, there's a great joke about Leonard Skinner that the guitarist can start playing chords and then the rest of the band members can just start picking up on whatever song they want to start playing. And so, like, for example, there's a lot of like strumming patterns that they do, just da-dun, da-da-dun, 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 like that sort of thing. Like it's very, very casually carried across most of their music. Whereas like, let's say like, like reference the Eagles, well, like most of their songs sound very, very different. Hotel California does not sound like Take It Easy, which does not sound like Tequila Sunrise, which does not sound like Dueling Dalton, which does not stand like. All these have like specific sounds that are very different, even though they're all the same artist. Whereas this is just when you get Iron Maiden, this is what you get.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go back in.
Like an eagle, fly as high as the sun. On your way, like an eagle, fly as high as the sun. On your way, like an eagle, fly, touch the sun. On your way,
noticed a few times in the music video they actually brought out this little mascot of theirs. They have this mascot who's essentially their protagonist of their, I guess, their imagery.
Okay.
On all their shirts, you'll see this character
Yes.
styled up differently, maybe with like hair or weapons or.
I've seen a lot of Iron Maiden t-shirts in my life.
And so the character's name is Eddie, and I noticed him a few times scattered across the screen. Whether it's like, like the first time I believe when he said, his eyes were ablaze and his eyes open, and in the reflection of his eyes you see the face of Eddie. Kind of a cool little.
Well, you want to insert your trademark whenever you can.
Absolutely. There's I've never been to any of their concerts, but I've seen footage of a few concerts where they have like an animatronic, gigantic zombie Eddie that walks around, has the Terminator face going on, and shoots fire out on the stage, and just really cool, exciting stuff.
Well, visual effects are very important on stage production.
So, would you listen to the song again?
Oh, absolutely. I could listen to that every day. I don't think I would search out the video per se, but it's one of those songs where you listen to it and you turn to somebody and say, "Oh, I really like this song," or "This is it's just a feel good, heavy beat, upbeat." I know it's not an upbeat subject, but it sounds very high energy.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I truly appreciated about this band was the things that they write their songs about are usually about like particular stories or sometimes events in history. Like, for example, they had this song called Passchendaele. I had no idea what the song was until I was an adult, until I learned more about World War I and learned that Passchendaele is a particular battle that happened that was considered to be one of the worst battles as far as a human atrocity between chemical weapons thrown at each other, and it was up there with battles such as Flanders and just the idea of people living with dead bodies and just.
I don't think I've heard that Iron Maiden song. I'll have to find it.